Chase Defender and longtime Percy Jackson fan.
And I'm Julie, Percy Jackson newbie and huge train enthusiast.
Yes, big episode for you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a podcast about Julie watching the Percy Jackson TV show for the first time. And this week we are joined by Tatyana, aka Melanated Wise Girl on the world of the internet.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh man, it's a pleasure to join. I'm so excited actually.
We're excited to have you. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your demigod debut or how you were introduced to the world of Percy Jackson?
So I started reading Percy Jackson in middle school, and I don't remember exactly, I don't have it was on this day, like October 5th. No, I don't have that, sadly. But I do remember I checked it out at a library, so I'd go and get Percy Jackson books. Like the next book, I was like, oh, gotta get the next one. And I think I started reading it right as The Last Olympian dropped.
Nice.
So luckily all 5 were out when I was starting. And then I recently went to a middle school reunion with my friend from
Oh my gosh.
my childhood best friend. She texted me, she's like, our middle school's having a reunion, we're going. And I was like, okay, interesting event. But then it was in January, and I stepped in and I was like, oh my god, this is where I read Percy Jackson for the first time. That's cool.
Aww.
That's cute.
That's cool. We're like, oh, there's a fight going on the other end of the hallway. Welcome back to middle school.
And you're just here reminiscing about reading Percy Jackson for the first
Yeah, I was
time.
like, oh, this is so nice. And there's campus security running on the other side of this. But I was like, oh no, this is the same vibes as it was in middle school. So it just feels like I'm right back where I was, right back where we started. I was like, I'm meeting you. I'm at a library because I was always at the library if I wasn't doing anything else. So yeah, and I just picked up the books again in 2020, and after the show announcement of Black Annabeth Chase, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be locked in again, aren't I? This is bad for me.
Or good for you.
I mean, it's turned out great for me, but it was oh, this is gonna be bad for me because I'm about to be obsessed with this show again in this series.
Right.
I saw the original movies in theaters. And it was quite a time. I walked out of there, I was like, sometimes things just happen.
Yes, I made Julie experience those before we got into the show. And you had a great time, didn't you, Julie?
Yeah, that's a word to describe the time I had.
I don't want to say I'm sorry, but also it's a canon event.
Mhm.
I feel for everybody.
Mm-hmm. You at least had warning. Imagine you are me, when did that drop? I would have been 12 years old. 12 years old, going to see The Lightning Thief in theaters. You're like, wow, I love this book. I can't wait to see this movie. And being so excited, and then rapidly becoming less and less and less excited as it went on.
Here's the thing.
Crushed my dreams.
Nothing was worse than seeing Avatar: The Last Airbender in theaters.
Oh god.
The live action. That was the epitome. So I was like, that was better than this. So that was a win.
Yeah, just barely.
Honestly,
it's hard, but just barely.
Movie 1 is camp to me. Movie 2 is where I start I did a video on my YouTube channel where I just started going on a rant. I was so mad the entire time.
No, movie 2, I feel like I'm being gaslit by movie 2 because it starts and I'm like, oh, this isn't as bad as I remembered. Yeah. And then about 45 minutes in, it just goes off the rails and I'm like, oh, no, this is worse. This is worse.
No, yeah. The decision to have the Cyclopses have dreads will continue to haunt me for the rest of my life, but it's okay. It's fine. It's not.
Okay is a word you could use. It is a thing that happened. Should it have? Probably not.
No, probably not.
So let's talk about a good adaptation, shall we?
Amazing. Perfect. I'm seated.
I love this episode. I was watching it this morning on the way to work and then the second half on the way home from work, and I was like, this episode rocks. This episode rocks.
I think this is personally up there in my top 3. I really do love this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And rewatching it again, I feel this episode is not to get too much into it already, but this episode is if there's a reason why Black Annabeth Chase is the better version to me, it's this episode that explains so much to it. So it's yeah. I adore this episode actually.
Yeah. So we open again with a dream situation. It starts like with a flashback, but then it's kind of revealed to be a dream where Percy is having swimming lessons, and I'm obsessed with this pool and the fact that you can like see Manhattan in the distance.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's actually amazing.
Yeah, I want to I want to go to this pool. I want to know, is this a real pool that I can go to, because it seems really fun. Also, I feel like Percy having to be taught to swim is, I'm trying not to call things interesting because I was editing our last episode and I was like, "Oh my god, stop saying that. I just think this is interesting. I think this is interesting. I think this is interesting." But to use my favorite word, I think it's an interesting choice to make him have to be taught how to swim.
Honestly, Sally is kind of the strongest warrior because not only do I have to deal with this kid, but now you were like, hey, actually, we're not going to give him swimming lessons. You're going to have to pay for swimming lessons. Like, he's not going to learn how to swim. You have to go to the pool and pay for swimming lessons.
Right. Like, is Poseidon giving her child support for these swimming lessons?
In general is a true question.
Is Poseidon giving her child support at all? But like, surely he should get the magical swimming powers just purely so his mother does not have to pay for swimming lessons.
Yeah, this is why the YMCA's are so important.
Yeah, I can't believe they're not swimming at like a random YMCA in New York.
I feel like they are. I don't know. I don't know New York. So somebody's gonna be like, actually, that is 754 YMCA. I do not know. But yeah, I would hope so. I would hope so. She's not like paying a hefty dime for the son of Poseidon to do swimming classes. That's actually so rude, kind of.
Well, everything in New York is expensive, so I'm sure these swimming lessons were stupid expensive.
I just
Then we get our spooky dream voice again. Spooky dream voice then sort of starts trying to drop Percy in the pit, foreshadowing possibly to him falling off the arch later. We'll see. And then Percy wakes up and we get to have a little late night sleepover heart to heart on the train. And Julie, as I'm assuming, I mean, I don't know, Tatyana, if you've been on a sleeper Amtrak train, but I know Julie has. As the person who has been on an Amtrak sleeper car, is this accurate to the Amtrak sleeper car experience?
Well, on Amtrak, there are two options for sleeper cars. There's like one that like two seats are facing each other. That one flattens down to become a bed, and then you have a bunk bed. And then there's another one. That one sleeps two. I think there's one that sleeps four.
Oh.
So it's a little bit bigger. So that might be like what they were in. It's like one of the bigger ones. So I'm not sure how those like seats all fold. Because Percy looked like he was on the floor.
He did. Like, it looked like they just had two bunk beds and then Percy was on the floor.
yeah, that's what it was. You're on the floor like a third bed. I didn't understand the situation in that room, but I haven't been on. I want to go on an Amtrak sleeping car so bad, actually, but like I have not been on one, so
Would recommend. I did enjoy it.
It feels like it would be fun.
that's on my list. I'm gonna mark that to go. But yeah, I didn't understand the one thing that about the sleeping situation. The first thing, and I guess for people who don't know, I hyperfixated on Annabeth Chase so much. I did a whole hour-long video on YouTube about Black Annabeth Chase and went through each episode.
Incredible.
But one thing in particular was nobody has yet to tell me where she got her cute little scarf from. It's so the
Oh, yes, it's
headscarf.
adorable.
It's so cute with the little sheet, but also such like a nice touch just for like any black girl on television. Like, please, thank you for having her hair covered because that's like the number one thing that like shows miss most of the time. So I appreciated that, but I would like to know where I can acquire one. Honestly,
Yeah, because it's so cute.
it's so cute.
Honestly, she's so precious in this entire episode. I just want to like wrap her up in a blanket and like hug her and tell her that everything's gonna be okay.
Like she's revealing this tragedy of a backstory, and like you're just like, oh, actually, can you just like you just need to be adopted by some like please your family sucks. I'm so sorry.
Your family sucks, and then your found family was torn apart, and like,
Yeah.
So I was thinking a little bit about how she says that, you know, when she met Thalia and Luke cared for her right away, but Thalia made her earn it. Then I went back because I was like, what does Luke say in episode 2 about like that situation meeting her? So Luke in episode 2 says that we were worried about taking her in and exposing her to all that danger, but then we saw her fight. So I'm wondering if she like caught on to like Thalia being worried about taking her in and exposing her to the danger, and then being like, Thalia doesn't like me, I have to prove myself, or something. Because I'm like, no, you can't tell me that Thalia didn't take one look at 7-year-old Annabeth Chase and just love her immediately.
Yeah, and I'm so glad I waited forever to do the video because they announced Dahlia's casting when I started conceptualizing it. And I was just like, oh, Dahlia's black just changes everything because as a black girl with like younger siblings, I look at my siblings and I'm like, I want to protect you from the world and like, but I also know how cruel the world is going to be. So I can imagine that's kind of how Thalia, who was like what, 13, 14,
Mm-hmm.
was looking at Annabeth. She was like, oh no, another black girl. Like, I already know how they treat me. I don't even know how they're going to treat her. Is she going to be able to do this? So like that's like I think because Dahlia being black makes that like 10 times more like it makes her mindset make more sense than her just like bullying a 7-year-old child.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I'm like, there's no way that this was like, Thalia is taking things out on this 7-year-old child. Like,
I think it's just worry and like being 13, like you don't really know how to access your
yeah.
feelings as like mature as older people do. And then on top of that, Annabeth's 7, so like she's taking everything to like heart, and she just left a family that like
Yeah. 7 already feels rejected by her kind of biological father and stepmother and all that jazz. And then now she's got these other people who aren't maybe the most excited to take her in. So she's like, I gotta prove myself. Just, I love her so much.
the way I whacked Frederick Chase in my video, I was like, what happened to wanted posters? What happened to a missing persons report? Like, your child just ran off, and you're like, well, that's crazy. All right, anyway.
No, because that's the thing, and it's interesting to me that there's my favorite word, interesting. It's interesting to me that she doesn't seem to blame him all that much. She's
Mm,
like, my father treated me like a gift when I was first given to him, and then he met this new woman and he forgot all about Athena and then had these normal kids and like didn't want me anymore. Like it feels very targeted towards her stepmother rather than her
mm.
father, but like you were saying, why didn't he look for her? Where were the wanted posters?
I need to see how they do this in season 2 before I'm like, is this misogyny or is this something? Because like, if we find out her stepmom is like a different race than her sibling, like than
Right.
her, then that could bring in another layer of like that rejection, or just like she was different than anybody else. But it's like, yeah, I'm like, why? Especially since like you learn later on other things that Frederick didn't
Hmm.
do, and I was like,
Well, and I think we also don't know the race of her father because I mean, Athena,
I'm assuming black.
I mean, I would assume as well, but Athena was cast as a black woman.
Yeah,
So, I mean, technically like if they want to go in a different direction, like Frederick could be white and that could be an interesting
that would be
thing to explore.
what I always had the assumption once they started like I don't what I guess they did it as color blind, but now they're like they're like race conscious casting.
Mhm.
I always had the assumption that demigods took the race of their mortal parent,
Mhm.
because then you have a like Clarice and Aries situation where Clarice is biracial, or um and Aries is white, or so like there's going to be some gods that aren't the same race, I assumed, since the no DNA thing is going to be a thing
Oh, that's true.
in future. That's what I assumed, but that would be absolutely
Yeah,
hilarious.
I just wonder if it's different with Athena since she just kind of like makes kids with her brain. Like,
That's fair.
where do they come from? Because I doubt they have the mortal parents' DNA.
I don't Athena is such like a she's so interesting to me because I can whack Poseidon all day for like basically leaving behind, but like Athena really is like she's like, we just had this great conversation, actually I'm gonna give you the gift of life, here's 18 years of
Like
good luck.
that's the wildest thing to me is that she's like, okay, we had this wonderful night together, like studying and like really had this academic meeting. Here's our child. Like, you're just bestowing children on academics, and they don't want that.
I'm just like, imagine like as somebody who was 18 and like in her delusional era, freshman year of college, I could not imagine like me thinking every single person that I talked to was in love with me. Like being Athena in the same sort of way. Do you know how many people would have kids?
Everybody you ever pulled an all-nighter with in college?
Everyone would be
Baby.
so mad at me. Congrats. Another child.
Also, don't think I didn't catch the sort of gender neutral use of partner, because Annabeth says that she gives children to partners that she feels connected to, because of course she is also having children with women, because having intellectual connections with men, rare.
Far few between. Men? Oh, really? No. I was like, Athena does give chaotic bisexual in every nice way. Well, kind of in the wrong way because she is leaving kids on people's doorsteps. Like we shouldn't be doing that.
That's the
But
chaotic part.
yeah.
Toxic bisexual.
Quote, and we said Athena is a
Episode title right there.
Toxic bisexual Athena. She's gonna let monsters come after us next. I also compared sort of Annabeth's discussion of her family in the book to what she says in the show. Because in the book, she's a little more angry at her father in the book than she is in the show, it seems. Because in the book she says that her dad always talked about her arrival like it was the most inconvenient thing that ever happened to him. And then she says kind of the same stuff about then he met my stepmom, and then they had regular kids, and then treated her like a freak and wouldn't let her play with the other children, and she kind of got the hint she wasn't wanted. So that part is sort of similar, but it's interesting that she seems to feel a little more softly towards her dad in the show.
Yeah, I just also in the fact that like her dad, we don't really get a lot of her dad and hers relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it's really interesting to see the direction, especially since we don't have anybody in that role yet. So interested to see how
Mm-hmm.
they do that, particularly in season 3, which they're doing now. So
Yeah.
we don't even know if it's going to come up in season 2.
We also only ever see her relationship with her dad through
Yeah.
Percy's eyes. I do think there may be a little bit of him who's sort of the same way he looks at like Luke's house with a backyard and like sees all the things he didn't have growing up. I think he also looks at like the Chase family house that has a family in it with 2 parents and a lot of toys and a lot of things, and kind of sees what he doesn't have and kind of can't understand why Annabeth might not feel welcome there.
Yeah, I agree, which makes me really interested to see if that, because it's no longer in Percy's POV in the show, if later on we're going to see like both sides of that reality of like what actually she was living with and like what he perceives it as, and that conflict that comes with that. But Frederick Chase, when I catch you always, because
Mm-hmm. On one hand, I'm like, I get it. You had an intellectual conversation with a woman and then she gave you a child. Like, I get it. Perhaps not what you expected, but like, be the dad who stepped up.
yeah, I was like, why is Chiron more of a dad than you are?
Oh, Chiron. Poor baby Annabeth looks at gestures broadly to all of this and is like, yeah, everyone acts this way, but at least you know with the gods, you know what the rules are. You give them respect and they'll be in your corner. Well,
We don't like a foreshadow.
and with this, they wake Grover up, and he's very grouchy about being woken up.
I loved it. It was so cute. I love Grover.
I know.
I love Grover. I love the portrayal of Grover in this, but I feel like this was the moment Grover was like, "Oh, these two are never gonna leave me alone for the rest of my life." Like, like this was the moment he was like, "Oh, it's bad for me, actually.
He's
Like, it's gonna be
regretting the
so bad for me."
consensus he made them come to last episode.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So then we go to train breakfast, and they're sitting at a table in what I assume is the dining car. That's what they call it, right, Julie, train expert?
Yes.
Thank you. All the Amtrak questions go to Julie. And famous last words, Grover says, "We have plenty of time before our deadline." You never say that. Never say that. We also get the classic Annabeth Percy interaction. "Can I ask a dumb question? It's like you need me to make fun of you." I love them.
I love that this is like the first episode you see her like act more like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is like constant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's exactly how kids like interact with each other. So it's fun seeing like her actually being like, let me not be in a like this adult figure anymore. Like, let me actually mess with you.
And now that we're friends, I'm gonna be a little bit mean. Cause that's me too. I'm like, oh, we're friends.
As she should.
Let me be a little mean.
Oh yeah, if there's not sarcasm coming off of me like half the time, like what is our relationship?
Sarcasm is the cornerstone on which all good relationships are built, and I stand by that.
Mhm.
So, in terms of a plan, we have no plan. Percy's like, how are we gonna know where we're going when we get to LA? And Grover's like, I don't know. We just gotta get to LA first. It's giving children the lack of advanced planning.
It's giving children, but also was it like Camp Half get him $200? So
Yeah.
it's like, good luck, y'all.
That didn't even pay for the train tickets.
That's why I was like, how much are the train tickets? That's an Amtrak question.
How much? Okay, because they would have been coming from New Jersey. Let's get on the Amtrak website.
Those are gonna be pricey.
I don't know any New Jersey towns, unfortunately, to like.
Newmark? Newark or something like that? Isn't that the capital? I don't know.
Newark is where the airport
Trenton
is.
is the
It's like
capital.
close. Okay, let's see. If I just type in New Jersey,
This is the research we need.
Jersey City. Okay.
I want to say our train from New York to halfway to Chicago was $500
Oh.
per person.
So Grover says, I feel like in episode 3, he says something about how they haven't even made it to Trenton, New Jersey. So I'm going from Trenton, New Jersey to St. Louis. I literally live right by New Jersey, and I'm like, I know Jersey City, and I know Newark, and I know just the ones that border.
You don't need to know much else. You really don't.
Departure date. Let's scroll to the summer because this would be like June. We want accurate pricing here. I'm gonna say June 17th.
You think they charged Grover as an adult or a child?
See, that's my other thing. It's like, why did the cops only get involved when the train compartment got vandalized? Why were they not involved when 3 unaccompanied minors were like, 1 ticket to St. Louis, please?
Yeah.
It's so funny because as somebody who like flew unaccompanied minor from the north to the south for years, the amount of like checks you have to go through to even like like I had to wear a special necklace on a flight. Like they were like I had to sit next to the flight attendant. So I was like, them being able to do this and nobody was like red flags, because it's like 14. So I don't know, maybe trains are different. Maybe it's like 10 and they're like, whatever, I guess. I mean, they used to do that like in the olden days.
Okay, so looking at the train situation from Trenton, New Jersey to St. Louis, there are no options that's just one train all the way.
Okay.
The cheapest I can find private rooms from are $6.78, but that's on like 2 separate trains. And then it's like $6.35 if you take 3 separate trains, and then some of them are as expensive as $1,000. So basically more than the $200 they were given.
With like a drachma account, do they?
Well, I wonder if they stole some money from Medusa.
I would,
because I'm pretty sure they raid her cash register in the book, right? Or at least they get drachmas from her, I think, or something. Or maybe that happens at Krusty's waterbed place. Somewhere from someone they killed, they collect a large amount of drachmas. So perhaps the money came from Medusa's. Anyway, also we get some majestic wild centaurs out the window, and all I can think about are the party ponies.
My first thought.
I'm like, so are these guys drunk on root beer?
I so badly want the party ponies. Like I was just like, please, please, please. That like one meme that's like the voice memo, please, please, please.
Yes. Yes, I need the party ponies. The Missouri chapter of the party ponies we just saw.
And they're like environment, and I was like, oh right. And they're like, oh, the environment's going down. Oh right, right. I forgot about that. I was thinking about the party ponies.
Right. I'm like, yes, the party ponies. It's like, oh right, human impact on the environment for sure. And when Grover's like, Pan's been missing for a few thousand years, right? I'm sure someone will find him someday. Which is like funny to say, knowing that Grover finds him, but like, how have they not given up?
That's enthusiasm, right? Like you just got
very resilient.
I lose something in my room and I don't find it within 5 minutes, and I'm like, well, it's gone forever. It's vanished, never to be seen again.
It's like I wish I had that hope and desire that they have of finding this one god.
The satyrs are stronger than me, and I respect them.
They're the strongest people alive, honestly.
And none of them have ever returned alive, and we keep doing this? Cool. Cool. Percy's also stressed about the Oracle saying that he's going to fail, and the fact that Annabeth and Grover don't seem bothered by this. Annabeth kind of explains that you can't know what a prophecy is until it happens, and the harder you work to understand, the harder it gets to understand. And low key, this feels like answers that I would get at church as a kid. It would be like, well, you just have to believe. If you have all these questions, you just have to believe harder.
It's
So
God.
it's like perhaps this is the like religious trauma in my life and my own journey to like make peace with trying to figure out my relationship with religion. But I was like, I see myself in this. I understand you, girl, because this is kind of like the beginning of her journey to realize that like these things that she was taught in her little bubble of the world are not actually what she thought they were. Like that's incredibly hard, and I feel for her so bad.
I definitely think, yeah, it's just like you want to like hope for the best, like can being like a positive person, but you're just like your world is slowly starting to like shatter of like what you thought
Mhm.
was gonna do really well. Like one parent already is like, so you've been trying to impress this other parent for years, and it's just like, well, maybe not.
Again, I want to wrap her up and I want to give her a big hug and just I'm going to be her new mom. That's what I want.
There you go.
She's just a baby.
We're all adopting Annabeth.
Yep. Shared custody.
We'll share custody. Yeah. She'll just bounce around to our different houses. She'll have a lot of moms.
Yep.
She won't need Athena anymore because
Yep.
screw Athena.
Yep.
And then here we have where the cops get involved. Not the suspicious 3 children sitting alone in the dining car. It's the fact that they are in the cabin that got destroyed. Like, there aren't enough adults in this universe who are, like, concerned about these children. Where's CPS? Julie always wants to call CPS.
I'm calling him right now.
I mean, fair. It's also like if Percy wasn't with them, 2 brown kids, they're probably like whatever. Which is actually like a whole other can of worms, but it's just like I don't know about these kids. And then it's like I knew they were trouble. Like what? Call social services.
Ah, yes. The racism part.
My daily life, the racism.
Speaking of the racism part, the way that Percy is the one who has the most attitude with this cop, and then he gets hostile with Annabeth, I was like, hold up.
Watching this for the first time, I was like, oh, we're going there. That's what we're doing. I was like, am I just seeing things? Is it just because of my personal like experience with like, the police and like my feelings? And then like going online, everybody's like, no, what was that cop doing? I said, I feel validated for because that cop was way too hard, which is like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've had situations where like I've had authority figures be way more like upset with me, and I'm just a girl just sitting there, and I'm not even involved in the situation. So I was like, oh, this is a really interesting way to play into like her being black and like the subconscious of her being in the real world as well, because she never really experienced the world outside of camp for like 6 years.
But I love that her, like, when she glares at the cop, her glare gets its own little, like, dun dun music. Like, so you're like, oh,
Like,
here she is.
well, she was rightfully mad because like what's the change?
Absolutely.
Kind of would have loved to see her whoop his ass, though. I gotta be honest. That would have been good.
A-Cab Annabeth.
A cap.
Yeah.
No, I personally would have loved that, but like I really wanted to see, I don't know, somehow that monster bite the cop or something. I didn't feel vindicated.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
I do love how it showed up as like a little chihuahua.
Yes.
For, like the regular people. I was like, accurate, actually. Biblically accurate.
Biblically accurate chimera.
So in defense of chihuahuas.
Yeah.
So I'm biased because I had a childhood chihuahua. His name was Cody.
Listen, they're cute, but they're yappy.
I would like to say I agree with mostly the stereotype of chihuahuas are I met vicious chihuahuas. My dog is the exception. well, was the exception. He was like the nicest, like sweetest little guy. And then we would bring him to like the park in a
Oh.
small dog area with the other like and other chihuahuas would come and he would be like, "What is this? What are we doing?" So like I saw the chihuahua, I was like, "Oh no, the chihuahua papa can't continue." But no, I
I
get
mean,
it.
I think it's better than them picking like a pit bull. I feel like that would
I
Yeah.
also
no.
do
Pit bull gets so
appreciate,
much bad press.
yeah, I do also appreciate that they did something unconventional like that.
Yeah.
But it's so funny in context because you see like these three kids losing their mind and then you look and it's like,
They're being chased by a chihuahua.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is a chihuahua in the book, I think, too. Because Percy, like, talks to a kid in the book and is like, oh, is that a chihuahua? And she's like, no, it's a chimera, dear. Or maybe that just happens in the musical. There's been too many adaptations of this book.
I haven't read the books in a while and I haven't listened to or saw the musical yet. So I think
Oh, you should. It's good.
that's why I keep hearing.
Possible hot take. I love the show. I love the show with my whole heart. The musical is the best adaptation of The Lightning Thief that exists to me.
I don't know the musical, so I can't even say if that's true.
I feel like this story was meant to be a musical, and I didn't even know that it was until I saw it, and I was like, yeah, this is how this story should be. All right, so Echidna. Always the white women you gotta watch out for. The Karens.
I saw her on screen. I was like, "Oh, I'm about to hate her. Who is this?" Like, and as soon as she turned, I was like, "Oh, she's about to be an issue." Like, why are we first believing this woman out of anybody else? And
Mm-hmm.
like, why is this woman like, "Hey, can I sit here?" Who are you?
Yeah, why are the cops just okay with this woman being alone with these three children? Like,
Yeah.
she's like, can I have a moment? And they just let her? She could be anyone.
She's a white lady though. She's safe.
That's, well,
Well,
To the cops, police.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
nice older white lady. Yes, she's a mom.
Cops report to her.
Oh
yeah. She's
no. She's also like the way that she is so sweet and yet so terrifying and unsettling. Like, props to Suzanne Cryer. She crushed this role.
Oh no, the actress killed this.
Oh, she did.
Also, she did have some bangers of a line, but like they were so rude.
She did. And listen, the way that she's talking to her animal child, like, that's so me. I have a bearded dragon and I talk to her as if she is a human child and my baby. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I laid the egg myself. Like, this is my
No,
child.
yeah.
So, like, unfortunately, I understand where she's coming
No,
from on
yeah.
that front.
Me was my cat.
I mean, what's the difference between her encouraging her baby child to hunt these demigods versus like you encouraging your cat to like hunt a laser pointer on the wall or something? Like, same difference.
Cockroach.
Yes, exactly.
Me was cockroaches or like any sort of spider.
Well, because I guarantee she sees the demigods similarly to how you see cockroaches. Like, they gotta be on the same level. So,
That's so
really, I
good.
mean, I understand where she's coming from. And Mother of Monsters, iconic job title.
That is kind of iconic. Like everybody goes to her.
She's mother.
She is Mother.
She's literally.
On one hand, you're like, Karen white woman. On the other hand, she's
She
Mother.
kind of
Mother.
She's
slays,
serving.
but like
Yeah,
also.
a little, minutely, a minute
The
slice.
spectrum of white women.
And then, okay, speaking of lines that go hard, she talks about this always being a family story. Like, this has always been a family story. Because you know what? It all comes back to family. That's the thesis of this whole operation.
Basically.
Like, the family Luke you promised at the end. It's all family. It all comes back to family.
It's so funny. It's like this whole thing is family, and then in season like 3 and book 3, they're like, actually, wait, they can date. They're not technically related. When we said family, we meant like the gods.
It's family, but it's
Not like that. Not like that.
it's not technically.
Technically.
Unfortunately, Percy and Annabeth are soulmates, and so if they're distantly related, I have to allow it. Unfortunately. Oh, the other line that I wrote down is when she says, like, she's talking about, raising her children and setting them up for good lives or whatever exactly she does, but she says, because that's what a good mother does for her children, not that you would know. And then, like, kind of side eyes, but we don't actually see who she's looking at, but I know she's not talking to Percy because he's got a great mother.
No, Sally's mother of the year. I was like,
So, like, she's looking at Annabeth. Not that you would know about having a good mother, Annabeth.
like, why is she getting whacked so much in this episode?
Like, they're putting her through it this episode, and leave her alone.
She woke up and they chose violence.
And just continue to choose violence.
Mm-hmm.
It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. Let her live. Though the tension building in this scene, I think, is so good. It's like we know something is coming, but also this scene goes on for so long that you're just like, when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? Oh my gosh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So you just like do that for forever, and then honestly, I feel like when it finally does happen, it's almost a letdown.
Because it's not what you think. Yeah.
They do better with like the tension and the running than they do with like the actual fight scenes.
Yeah, which I think is like one of the big overarching critiques that a lot of people had for
Mm-hmm.
the show's first season in general. Is like it's like that in between of like, on one hand I get it and I agree, but also I'm like, I can't even imagine 12-year-olds like going through it like that. So like it's one of those double-edged swords that I think they just weren't going to nail it.
I think if it was worse, it would stress me out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was the best that it could be at most times. I say that was love and like
Yeah. The other thing that, I mean, I feel like this is also because we're making a kid show, but in the book, the Chimera's tail is like a snake and it bites Percy, and that's how he gets poisoned. But in this, it's like a weird stinger situation.
I kind of like that because then you completely forget about it later until like he's literally on death's door, honestly.
I mean, and it works. It poisons him either way.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Then, you know, we run down the train, we see the Chimera as a chihuahua. That's also, it's funny, that's our first glimpse of the Chimera. We don't see the big monster until later. Like, we see the chihuahua first. So we're like not even really sure what we're facing, but the shot where we're like looking through the back door of the train as the cops are like pounding trying to get in, and you're looking through the door of the next train car and you see like the dents appearing on the door on the far side of that car. Cinema.
That was so good, actually. Yeah.
It's so good. The other shot that I was like, this is cinema, is when Annabeth is like, oh, there's a temple to my mother in the city, but you know, it's not all that hidden. And then she steps in the puddle, and then when the puddle settles, like you see the arch in the puddle. I was like, this is art.
Reflection shots always get me. Like it's so good.
So
but it's
good.
like her stepping on it is like the symbol of what's about to happen. Like it gets interrupted.
Ugh, what's about to happen? First, though, we do get some good Annabeth architecture info dumping, which I love. Line of all time. It's held up by math. What a nerd. I love her so much.
Architecture is such like her. I can't wait to see her like ramble about it more in the coming.
She's such a
Because
nerd.
it's so like, it's like the one. I feel like I relate a lot to like the Annabeth the character, except math. We can't do that. I don't get it. But like, I just remember discourse being like, "Oh my god, they didn't even mention, or she likes architecture." I'm like, here you go.
Yeah, they did.
There you go. They did.
Like, you think she just knows all those facts about the arch for fun? No. She likes architecture. Come on.
Probably one of the many books she read during her 5 years at camp.
One of the books she checked out from the Athena cabin library. And the way that she is very much talking about how great the arch is and how it's this monument to Athena, and then you look around and Grover points out like it's a monument to some other not so great stuff too. And kind of the defensiveness that she's like, this is what a bunch of people say that it's about, not what it's actually about. I'm like, sometimes stuff is two things, and you have to recognize that.
Nuance is important. The lesson of the day. Two things can be right.
Two things can be true.
Yes.
And so Grover then leaves them alone to go see if he can find train tickets. And Percy starts to look not great. And so he's like actively dying, and he is still making jokes to make Annabeth laugh.
Unwell.
He's like, if I only got time left, I'm gonna use it wisely.
The man of all time, honestly. Like, I know he's just a boy, but like, men, take notes.
Why is this 12-year-old showing most of you up?
And the way that every time, because like the camera is, you know, going between him and Annabeth and him and Annabeth, and every time it like pans back to him, he looks worse. And it's like, it's not funny because you're like, oh my gosh, he is unwell, but it's a little bit funny. Like,
I can't help but think about that scene now when they said that like they removed just the makeup from Walker and went, "You're good."
yeah.
Like they did.
Well, he's definitely got some stuff on his lips.
Oh, 100%.
Because
Like
those are like very pale, but
yeah.
yeah.
Like imagine just being like, "Oh, you're good."
Yeah. You don't need any makeup to look sickly. That's the white people experience. And the line that always gets me is when he's like, "You've done more for me than my dad ever has, and like if I have to stick with someone, I'm choosing you." Oh, they're soulmates.
Mind you, they've been nice to each other for 24 hours.
Right. No, probably not even.
Not even nice. Like, not even really nice.
Like, you two haven't been actively beefing in maybe 15 hours. Like, I don't even think it's been 24 at this point. I think 24 is generous. And then she kind of gives him a hard time, like, I think you were about to call me your friend. And he is saved from having to admit that she's his friend by
Passing
out, getting worse, dying. He would rather die than have to admit that she's his
Him
friend.
rather dying than admitting his feelings is actually such a funny parallel that goes throughout the book.
Guess I'll die. But honestly, I feel like Guess I'll Die is the way that he shares his feelings. Like, when he cares about someone, he's like, sacrifice myself? Okay, guess I'll die. Also, I'm obsessed with the 12-year-old solution to Percy is dying being, let's put him in the fountain and splash him a lot.
That's kind of so fair.
Like, that water is not full of bacteria.
Oh, 100%. I feel like it's making him worse. Like
We're giving him like sepsis actively.
To be so honest,
Probably.
I feel like my first thought would be like, why don't we just put him in a
Yeah.
pool? So like I would also probably do something close.
I do enjoy that we established the rule here that like the water has to be natural running water in order to heal him. And I was trying to think through the books and figure out if there was any point where that was not true. And I don't think that it is. Like, I don't think we see like a man-made water fixture of any
like
sort
a lake
heal him.
or something along those lines.
It's usually a lake or the ocean or something.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole lot about this that just like hurts me physically to think about, but the way that Annabeth is like, okay, so new plan, we have to take Percy up to the top where there's an altar to my mom and we're gonna ask her for help. And he goes, I thought we don't ask for help except when it's for you, buddy.
There's so much to be said about like the next 10 or so minutes and like the first thing of like Annabeth like having like this person who she was like the camp counselor. She was always a person people went to at camp, and for her to finally admit like, actually I do need help, I do need like, that takes a lot to do for someone like Annabeth. And then it just goes down from there, which makes it worse because then she's like, the next time she wants to actually ask for help, she's gonna be even more hesitant.
Athena, when I catch you again, either of Annabeth's parents, they can catch these hands.
On site.
It would be over for me if I was in the room with her parents, honestly.
No, it'd be over for them.
Well, yeah, over for them. And then
if I'm going down, I'm taking them with me.
Athena will probably strike me with something, but at least
but I will take her with me with pure rage. Athena is so uncool for this because Annabeth is not even the one who sent the head. She's not. And like, okay, anybody who's like, well, Annabeth went along with it has never dealt with a teenage boy who really wants to do something.
Yeah.
Nothing she was gonna say would have convinced him to not do that. Are you kidding me? How much power do you think she has over this little boy? No. That was all him. And you're gonna blame her for it?
I also just thought about it and I was just like, because Hermes was the one that delivered the head, right? I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he probably definitely manipulated the situation. Was like, those three kids sent this. And like, even though Percy was the one that did it, I wouldn't be surprised if he decided to be a little messy.
I could see it.
I just have beef with Hermes in general, but like,
And he's Lin-Manuel Miranda, so
literally.
that's
That why?
Was this
Why?
something that you knew going into it? Like that it was Lin-Manuel Miranda? Or did you?
No. What?
Oh,
So I knew
This is
before.
how I know you don't listen when I say things, because
Did you tell
I
me
have said
before?
that before.
Well, I remember.
It's been years, so like I understand why you
Okay,
forgot, but
years. Give me a break, Mal. I have the memory of a goldfish. Okay, I barely remember what I did
probably
last
not
week.
years, but like a year and a half. Like when we talked about Sea of
okay.
Monsters, yeah, I definitely brought it up.
Well, when I remember it being like revealed to me was in like a fan edit TikTok or something, and I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "You're
It
joking."
was to Taylor Swift's father figure,
Yes,
wasn't it?
Oh,
yes, yes.
It was like a Luke edit to
that's
Taylor Swift's father
Yeah,
figure.
how you found
yeah.
And you sent it to me and you were like, Lin-Manuel Miranda?
out. Wait.
And I was like, I told you that. I was like, I definitely told you that.
I
But
don't remember that.
I get it. Goldfish memory. It's fine. Because that's objectively way funnier. A way funnier
Yeah.
way to find out.
That's a way funnier way to find out. I had my friend because like anytime I have a piece of media that I love, I make people also that I appreciate sit down and watch it with me. I had my
As
friend
you
watch
should.
That's
Percy
why I'm
Jackson.
here.
Right?
I did not give her any context, so she found out in real time. She was like, "Why is Lin-Manuel Miranda here?"
Why is he here?
I said, "Surprise!"
That man belongs in one thing and one thing only, and it's Hamilton. I'm sorry. You're done after that.
Nothing but respect for that man. And I don't even think he does a bad job as Hermes. I can't take it seriously. I can't
Mm-mm.
I can't
The
really take
day
it
that
seriously.
casting came out was the first time I've seen an entire platform united in a really long time. Of what?
I feel like the internet reaction to Kate McKinnon's casting as Aphrodite was similar.
That I got flashbacks.
What are everyone's thoughts on that? Because we haven't talked about that either.
I think my thoughts on it is that I wish they just announced because it's been revealed that will be multiple people. They should have did everybody at once. That probably would have solved a lot of issues that came up.
Yeah. I'm like, just announcing Kate McKinnon, I'm like, is she the main Aphrodite?
That's what everybody got
Like,
confused.
I'm very interested in like what possible direction can they be going with this? And I mean, like, I'm excited. I'm willing to go where they lead me, but it was almost as shocking to me as Lin-Manuel Miranda. Julie, as the Aphrodite defender, what are your thoughts?
Listen, I love Kate McKinnon. I think she's very funny. I'm unsure about this casting.
Yeah.
Because, like, I always imagine, like, Aphrodite looking like Annabeth. Because, like,
Yeah.
that's kind of how she's described.
Right.
Because, you know, however you see her as, like,
Right.
someone, like, you're in love with.
And I'm sure there will be a version of Aphrodite that looks like an older Annabeth.
They had to do damage control. They're like, look, we will have because I think like my biggest thing was
Yeah.
like there's this trend lately of like not all the gods. It's giving a little white, which is slightly concerning of like just trending casting trends in general in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think which is what caused kind of the frenzy and concern because I guess this goes into the episode too. Like we have Athena who at this time wasn't cast but is portrayed off screen who hasn't really gotten to be redeemed. It's like a black woman. If you're not if you're redeeming every god but the black woman, it becomes what's the word? Noir. So it can be like a huge
Mm-hmm.
that could just borderline into that territory if it's not. But I was like, we don't know so much about season 2, so I don't want to be like, this is it, and then my mind's completely changed. So I think, yeah, I think it was just announce
Right.
everybody because as soon as that came out, if it was like Kate and then like here's the other ones, or like even if they want to keep one person a surprise, if they did like 2 or 3 and like of different races, I would have been like okay, and we would have moved on.
The way that like everybody kind of seems to be white except for like
Like the
Zeus
2 people that have been
who
vilified so far.
and Athena who does not come out of season 1 looking very good.
No.
Like it's not.
The thought of a bunch of white gods and goddesses abandoning their children of color at a summer camp.
Oh,
Wait a second.
I was like, where does that go? Because there's multiple things. And then like there's also like nuance to talk about and like who's writing this and like is that a possible
I
thing?
mean that is an interesting point given how much of this season seemed to bring up the gods and the way that the things that they do hurt regular people. And so if you're casting the gods and like the people in power as a bunch of white people who are out of touch and don't care how their decisions affect everyone else, like, is that not real life? Is that not our
Yeah.
government?
It's like this back and forth, but it's also like who's in the writer's room to be able to do that nuance.
Mhm.
Is that something that's actively being talked about? So it's like, you know what? Luke may have had some points.
I think that's the problem. Like, Luke was making points, but he just had to be working with Kronos, who
Yeah.
unfortunately was
Yeah.
worse. It's like some members of the right wing of this country, I feel, have this mindset sometimes where they look at the government and they're like, this is bad. They are doing bad things and they are not serving the people, which is like, yeah, I feel like that's something we can all agree on. But then they go, so I'm going to be a Nazi about it. And you're like, no, wrong conclusion.
It's like, this is bad.
No.
Ew. We lost the plot. We lost the plot.
Yeah.
You don't just get to be a racist because you don't like the government. Like, that's not. Like, Luke, you don't just get to kill demigods, and you can't treat Annabeth the way that you do
Oh
just
my
because you're like,
god.
my dad sucks. No. Also, this whole Athena turning on Annabeth, coming on the tails of like what Medusa was warning her about last episode, and how she was like, I was so devoted to Athena until I did something that Athena didn't like and she abandoned me. And then only for Athena to turn around and do the exact same thing to her kid the next day.
I also, it makes me so thankful that Medusa was a person of color because I feel like it hits way more. I
Mhm.
mean, like her story is tragic in itself already. I remember hearing it in Greek class and being like, oh, yikes. But I found it really interesting. That was like that parallel. I was like, again, Annabeth is catching strays this entire episode for nothing.
Mhm.
Like, they just keep doing things to her. They just keep shattering her worldview. Honestly, she's doing better with like all these hits that she is taking this episode than I would be. Like, this child is a warrior.
I would have given up. I would have been like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
bring me back to Camp Half Blood, throw me in the lake. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Last episode, when Percy wanted to call Chiron to come pick us up, now Annabeth is like, Chiron, come pick me up. I'm done. I'm
Mom, I
out.
want to go home. She can't call her mom. Oh.
Yeah, she can't. She is
She,
not calling her mom.
well, she was trying to do that, and then her mom let a monster into the arch after them. What's Athena's problem? It's like, it's almost giving the moms that are jealous of their kids, so they have to like tear them down. Like, one of my friends was telling me, and I don't know what it is, was telling me about this documentary about a mom who was like cyberbullying her own daughter.
Oh my
I
god,
watched
don't get
that.
we will be here for another 2 hours if I can go into
Yeah,
why
that crazy.
was so ridiculous. I do not think Athena is on that level because it's bad. That's terrible.
Okay,
But,
I
like,
haven't seen the documentary, but I
It's insane.
worse than sending a monster after your child? Interesting.
It's pretty bad.
Oh my gosh.
yes, actually, yeah.
That's wild.
It is like and they left stuff out and then like there's like a cut article about it that made it
Oh
10
my
times
gosh. Okay, I'm
more
gonna have to watch
worse.
this.
I gotta
Just
read the
like
article.
All right, so I guess it's fight at the top of the arch time. One of two last major things that happened in this episode. So Annabeth decides she's gonna be the one to stay back to fight the Chimera, and she's telling Grover and Percy to get out of there. She pulls the fire alarm to get all the mortals out. Smart, smart girl. Athena should be proud.
Feels like a you move, Mal.
I would pull the fire alarm. Like, I feel like first step in any situation, I'd be like, "Do you need me to pull the fire alarm?" I would love to pull the fire alarm.
as someone who's an RA in a dorm, I would encourage people not to pull the fire.
Yes. That's why I'm looking for the perfect opportunity to pull the fire alarm. I'm too scared of getting in trouble to do it at a time that, like, it doesn't need to be pulled, but just know that I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity to pull the fire alarm. And so it seems like we're gonna have this, like, tragic goodbye moment, and Percy, like, offers her Riptide, and you're like, oh, he's offering her his sword, and then psych switcheroo, he uses it to pull her into the stairs, and now nope, he's fighting the Chimera. This incredible cinema once again.
I loved it.
But I will say this is like the moment where I think I was like, oh, this was like Annabeth's like,
Oh, yep.
I'm gonna be loyal to him for the rest of my life. Like, this is like the first person that sacrificed themselves for me probably since
Thalia. Yeah.
Thalia.
And like, for someone who looked at him and told him, you are not Thalia, last episode, to then watch him be Thalia, oh, so good. And for two people who, again, have only been not actively beefing for like less than 24 hours, the fact that they both want to sacrifice themselves for each other, insane. No one is doing it like them.
Crazy. Like, the fact that this is happening when they were 12, I was like, God, the upcoming like books and stuff, it just gets worse.
Dare I say, I enjoy this take on the Arch plot better than the book. Because the Arch scene in the book feels almost like it's just kind of a thing that happens. Like, honestly, him getting in the river afterwards is the bigger thing. Like, the whole Arch scene is like, I don't know, it's just a couple paragraphs, because he pretty much immediately gets hit and then is poisoned and then like falls off the arch. That's kind of the whole thing. And it's not even like an intentional thing. It's just that there's no room for him to go down in the elevator, so Annabeth and Grover leave. This is so much better. Like, there is an active reason for him to be up there alone.
It feels like his first moment of like his fatal flaw coming in, which is like he'll do whatever it takes. And like for Annabeth, this is the first time she's like really seen somebody, which is why the events of like the next few episodes happen, is because of this moment.
The writer's room, I am kissing you on the mouth right
cooks.
now. Like, I love this episode so much. Consensually, if you would like to be kissed on the mouth, I am kissing you on the mouth. Because this episode is just the depth of character that is happening here. I'm like, this is good. This is amazing. Also, the Chimera, this is another hot take from me. The Chimera is absolutely adorable. I want to scratch her little ears. I want to stroke her little nose. Like, adorable. I love her.
I'm not there with you. I'm not there.
You know, I would be more terrified that something bigger than me is trying to kill me. But like, you're like, oh.
I'd be like, oh my gosh.
If it was the Chihuahua,
I'm like,
yes.
come here, Chimera.
You know, imagine the security cameras of the Arch. It is like they're looking, they're like, what happened up there? It is this kid in a Chihuahua.
This kid fighting a Chihuahua with a pin.
You are a creature girly, though.
I am a creature girly, and the way that she like flares out her neck to shoot fire, it's very reptilian. Like, Kip does similar things, and I'm like, that's probably why. Like, it's she's a creature. I love a creature.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, but yeah, I'm like, no, if I ever get taken out by a Chimera, I did get a little pet in. I did give him a little scratch.
You died doing what you love.
There you go.
Seeing creatures. And, you know, he is very unwell. The shot of him when he's like coming over the curve of the arch with his sword, it's like, okay, he is like 2 steps away from just dropping dead. Like, he is so unwell. And he pretty much immediately gets thrown in the hole of the arch.
I'm glad that was kind of realistic, because he wasn't winning that fight.
No, absolutely not. I mean, just like the book, it's a very fast fight. He's pretty out of commission very quickly. So he's like dangling from the arch hole. I don't think I like arch hole as a phrase. That he's like dangling from the arch. And honestly, I kind of like it better that the water spout thing kind of comes and grabs him, because it makes it like an intentional choice by his father to save him. And seeing Percy, who has very much refused to ask his father for anything, does not have any respect for his father, to see him get help that he didn't ask for versus Annabeth, who spent her whole life yearning for her mother's approval and like doing everything she could to like be in her mother's good graces, like get not only abandoned by her mother but actively punished. Oh, it hurts.
It hurts, and it's also like one of those things, like if it's not redeemed in season 2, it's going to be one of those, it's look back like but I'm like, if we end up like getting more of their relationship in season 2, then I'm be like, we needed this build up.
I'm very interested in what's going to happen with Athena in season 2.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued.
because she's not in the book, because I reread it and I was like, wait.
She appears in Annabeth's siren vision
Very
very
briefly.
briefly, and that's
Yeah.
it. But they wouldn't cast somebody for a role that
No,
small.
they could have easily gotten away with like a shadow or
Right.
something. So the like casting somebody like who they did is like, oh, they're gonna have a significant role in this.
It's gonna be, I feel like, at least as big as the gods in season 1. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm interested. I can't wait to see where we're going with season 2. I'm just like so good. Also, the river water, nasty.
Gross.
Actually, like criminal.
Speaking of water giving him sepsis,
Yeah.
this too. The fountain looked cleaner.
If he didn't get it before, he's got it now.
It's okay, he'll be healed.
Yeah.
He's
Does
healed,
that
but
also heal blood infections?
he's got a disease. I mean, I know in the book, Percy also, like, he starts picking up litter from the floor of the river. So, like, it's not clean in the book either, but, like, actually seeing it, I'm like, ugh. I do not want to be in this water. And then to have the Nereid that shows up and tells him to breathe and, you know, your dad has been watching you and it's been so hard for him to watch you struggle. Like, it's been hard for Percy to struggle. Like,
He's dying.
you want me to feel bad for Poseidon right now?
He's
No.
like, your dad's been going through, then why isn't he here?
It's been so hard for him. Why isn't he here?
Oh, that's so sweet. I've almost died 4 times.
Yeah.
But that's been really hard for him to see. Yeah, I get it. For sure.
On the Olympic TV.
And she also says, you know, trust your father, just breathe, like telling him to breathe underwater. And, you know, if he had any other choice in this moment, I don't think he would.
He would have drowned.
Like, he would not trust his father at all. Like, it's just, he's been forced into the situation where he, like, has to trust his father. And that's the only reason that he does. And, like, Poseidon is real lucky for that.
Yeah. Literally will die if he does not try trust his father.
Yeah. And the music as he like finally breathes underwater it feels superhero movie adjacent. Like he's this is his power up moment. This is his like, I'm becoming a hero, which I love. I think it's great.
The score of this show is so good. Like, it's not even funny.
Such great music. And such a great episode. Everybody who says nothing happens in this episode doesn't get it. They don't appreciate it like I do.
It's my favorite so far.
And I'm correct, so.
I think it was such a good build up, especially into my personal favorite episode. This is the next one, but like I love this episode. Like it's a great rewatchable episode.
Oh yeah.
So I do enjoy it, and I enjoy, it helps with my thesis of Annabeth being Black is so much better.
I agree. I think it adds so much to her character, and I'm excited to see the ways that we continue to explore this.
Yeah.
Like, because we're getting all 5 seasons. If I have to fund them myself, I
Don't
don't
start a
care.
GoFundMe. Hey guys. So this is little indie show.
I think we could. If they cancel this after season 3, which no way. This is making too much money for
when
Disney.
they said that it was the #1 show on Disney Plus last year, I said, oh no. And they renewed it before season 2 even came out. I said no. They're gonna do like a double season 4 or 5 announcement in December or something. Like,
oh, yeah.
I definitely see them doing all 5. There's no way. I would like, oh, we're in a depression.
Yeah. No, I would be shocked.
I mean, yeah, but like if the mouse is like, we can't do this.
Yeah, the mouse.
And the day that they announce Battle of the Labyrinth season 4, prepare to be sick of me.
Oh,
I am gonna achieve my most annoying form. I cannot wait to see Battle of the Labyrinth adapted in live action.
There's like 2 things that I'm gonna be so annoying if one, my like dream person for Frederick Chase is Sterling K. Brown. If that actually happens,
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to be the most
Yes.
annoying person on the planet on every single app possible. It's not going to be funny. Um, and then the biggest question has been who's going to be Rachel Dare eventually, because either way it's about to be, if Rachel Dare ends up being anything but white, I will also be very annoying that day.
Well, and I'm so glad that you lent your expertise to us today to talk about this
No
episode.
problem. This was so much fun. I love yapping, particularly about Percy Jackson. So
Oh, yeah. It's truly one of my favorite things. Would you like to tell the people where they can find you, where they can get more of your thoughts on Black Annabeth?
yeah, the people can find me basically almost anywhere on the internet. I am Melanated Wise Girl on every platform. I post the most on TikTok and trying on YouTube, except the X app, which apparently is too long. So it's like Melon Wise Girl on there. But yeah, you can follow me on any of those platforms. I post things not just about Annabeth and Percy Jackson, but about fandom culture and being in a Black girl in fandom and culture. So it's a fun time. But yeah, that's where they can find me.
Amazing. And I will also link to your stuff in the episode description. So make it real easy. You can just
Perfect.
click it. Yeah, so we'll be back next time with episode 5. I'm excited for you to watch this one, Julie. It's
The
incredible.
teaser looks good.
10 out of 10 episode. This one is also a 10 out of 10 episode,
It's
but
so good. I've been trying to
yeah,
hold back certain things because I'm like, oh, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it's so good.
cool. Any closing final thoughts?
10 out of 10 train episode.
Rave review from Julie.
Yeah.
All right, well, until next time. Hi, thanks for listening. As always, you can find us on whatever social media platform you prefer at DemigodDebutPod, or feel free to send us an email to demigoddebut@gmail.com. If you like this podcast, please leave us a rating and review wherever it is you are listening. We'll see you next time. Bye!